The brief commentary on Surah Ar-Rum. Interpretation of the 3 verse of Surah Ar-Rum. It is reported that Masruk said, one person who talked with people from the tribe of Kinda said, on the day of resurrection there will be smoke that will deprive the hypocrites of hearing and sight, but as for the believers, they will only get something like a runny nose from it. We were frightened, and then I went to Ibn Mas'ud, who was lying leaning on his arm, and told him about it. He got angry, sat down and said, whoever knows, let him speak, and whoever does not know, let him say, Allah knows better. Indeed, the ability to speak these words is also a part of knowledge. The great and mighty Allah said to his Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, say, I do not ask you for any reward for this and do not burden myself with fabrications. But the Quraysh were in no hurry to convert to Islam, and the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, called a curse on them, turning to Allah with the words, O God, help me in the fight against them and send them 7 years of hunger, similar to the 7 years of Yusuf. And then such a drought came that they began to die and eat carrion and bones, and people saw something like smoke between heaven and earth. Then Abu Sufyan came to him and said, O Muhammad, you came to us with an order to maintain family ties, and now your tribesmen are dying, pray to Allah for help. Then Ibn Mas'ud recited the verses. Wait for the day when the sky brings clear smoke, to the words, we will save you from suffering for a while. But you will return to unbelief. Will it be possible to get rid of suffering on the day of resurrection, so that later we can return to unbelief? The Almighty said about this, on the day when we seize you with the greatest grasp, we will take revenge, and this happened at Badr. Allah also said, you considered it a lie, and soon it will become a punishment, and this also happened at Badr. Allah also said, Alif Lam Mim. The Romans are defeated in the lowest or nearest land. But after their defeat, they will prevail. It was the same with the Byzantines. This hadith was narrated by al-Bukhari and at-Tirmizi, and its text is given according to the version of al-Bukhari. Interpretation of the 30th verse of Surah Ar-Rum. It is reported that Abu Hurairah said, the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, every baby is born with an innate adherence to monotheism, and his parents make him a Jew, a Christian, or a fire worshipper. After all, animals are born whole and unharmed. Do you see anyone among them with a cut-off ear? Then Abu Hurairah recited the verse, turn your face towards religion, professing monotheism. This is the innate quality with which Allah created human beings. The creation of Allah is not subject to change. This is the right faith. This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, al-Bukhari and Muslim. In the version of at-Tirmizi and Nasa'i, Abu Dawud, it is also reported that he was asked, what will happen to those who die in childhood? The Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, Allah knows best what they would do. The brief commentary on Surah As-Sajda. Interpretation of the 16th verse of Surah As-Sajda. It is reported that Anas Malik said that the verse, they tear their sides from their beds, was sent down regarding the expectation of the evening prayer. This hadith was narrated by at-Tirmizi, and at-Tirmizi called it good and authentic, and Ibn Kathir called his chain of narrators good. It is reported from the words of Aisha that the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, after performing 2 additional rak'ahs at dawn, lay down on his right side. This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, al-Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawud, and Nasa'i and others. It is reported from the words of Abu Hurairah that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, "When one of you makes 2 additional rak'ahs before dawn prayer, then let him lie on his right side." This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, At-Tirmizi, and Abu Dawud. And At-Tirmizi called it authentic. Interpretation of the 17th verse of Sura As-Sajda. It is reported from the words of Abu Hurairah that the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, Allah said, "For my righteous servants I have prepared something that the eye has not seen, what ears have not heard, and what the human soul has not even thought of." If you want, then read, "No man knows what delights for the eyes are hidden for them as a reward for what they did." This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, al-Bukhari, Muslim, At-Tirmizi, and others.